Hey Carrot community, this is Trevor, the CEO of Carrot. I've got a special video here for you. It's a serious video. It's one that you're going to want to pay attention to, but there's been a lot of people talking to us and responding to the podcast I put out about the coronavirus and about how it's impacting businesses for you as an agent or an investor, and also how it's impacting the economy. So I wanted to kind of double down on it on that podcast. We're going to link it up on here. Amazing feedback so far on exactly what you can expect, what we believe you can expect is going to happen over the coming months. How can you protect yourself? How can you protect your family? How can you protect your business? And what opportunities are there that you can really look at for adding more value in the market, adding more humanity to the market, and also capturing more opportunity? So the first thing, y'all, is this is serious. I was one of the first ones 2 weeks ago that was downplaying the seriousness of the illness. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not portraying that I am, but I was one of the guys who said, well, you know, the flu is worse than this thing, and let's just kind of move on with normal life. Now, there are people being impacted on this health-wise. There are people who are losing their lives. We need to treat it seriously. This is a sensitive issue. It's a sensitive topic. We should treat it that way with those around us. But the next thing is the real impact that we're all seeing is the economic impact, obviously, as states are closing down and doing what do they call them? They're doing stay-at-home orders. It's essentially shutting down the economic engine of America. And there's no way that can't impact all of us. It doesn't matter if you're a toilet paper seller and people are buying toilet paper everywhere. It is going to impact you. Okay? So the next thing is, how is it impacting you guys as agents and investors? Well, we looked at our data. We surveyed a bunch of agents and investors. I've been on text threads with them over the past couple days. And in general, sellers are still wanting to sell, buyers are still wanting to buy. Now, there are some changes that are happening right now. Lenders, private lenders, and hard money lenders, some of them are kind of taking their money off the sidelines. So I'm going to give you some ideas in this video right here on exactly what you can be doing today in order to build better relationships and build stronger private lender relationships out of this. What can you do today with content in order to be the trusted person that your lenders want to lend to when all this bounces back? Okay, the next thing is looking at our data. People are still closing deals. Transactions are still happening. I was texting with the largest home buyer in Tennessee the other day, and they closed all of their transactions on Tuesday that they expected to close. They all funded, they all closed. They're still getting transactions, they're still getting properties under contract. Sellers still want to sell. And in this time, that need might become even greater of a need, because that pain might be there even more. On the traffic side of things, we looked in our data, and a lot of you are curious, hey, how has this impacted the traffic on Carrot sites? So we're seeing about a 10% drop in the overall searches, which isn't much. We expected a higher drop, and it's a really, really small drop compared to the overall. So how is COVID-19, how is the coronavirus and all the impacts affecting the traffic on your websites? Well, we pulled up our data. We're going to be doing a blog post on this soon. Check it out at our blog at carrot.com/blog. And we are seeing a small drop in traffic, not very big, sub 10%, so less than 10% drop in traffic the last 2 weeks. Now, that's expected. There's going to be a lot of people who are kind of pulling back, going, I'm going to wait this out, I'm going to do some other things. But the really interesting thing here is this, is we're seeing a little bit greater conversion hit on the website. So a sub 10% drop on searches, seller searches, buyer searches coming to the internet, but then about a 20 to 25% drop in conversions. Now, this is a great opportunity for you. Some people are actually going to pull back their marketing, their PPC spend, even their direct mail spend, because they see their conversion rates lowering. Now, if that's what you're looking at right now, is lowering your ad spend or lowering your offline marketing because your conversion rates are lowering, that's the worst thing you can possibly do right now. The reason those are lowering is because in those states where there's stay-at-home orders put in place, those sellers probably don't know what to do next. They probably don't know what they should do since they can't move out of their house right now. They probably don't want to put in their information into a web form, or some of them, because they're like, I don't know, if I get a call from them, I can't move out anyway because we're on a stay-at-home order for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So what you can do is this, is you need to be getting your marketing out to those people more now than ever, because they're going to need your service in 3 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks more than they even need it today. You need to be getting your name, your content, your authority in front of them right now, so you're the trusted honest, credible source when they're ready to follow through with it. You need to continue to drive pay-per-click traffic. You need to continue to do your direct mail, your cold calling, things like that. Just change your messaging a little bit. Change your messaging to address how you can help them through this time. Change your messaging to address how the move process might work if their state is in a shutdown. The next thing is ramp up your retargeting. Okay, because if there's a lot of people still searching, tons of people still searching to sell their houses and landing on your websites, but a lower conversion rate, that means they still have a problem. They're just not ready to take the next step. So ramp up your retargeting efforts on Facebook. Bump that budget up a little bit. Put in testimonials and videos about how you can serve them. Put in a video directly that says, hey, how can we help you during the COVID-19 crisis, even if you need to sell but can't move now? Here's what the process might work. We can still talk to you and craft a plan, and then have that plan take effect after the stay-at-home orders are done and after all the craziness is over. So get really proactive there. So how do you win during this time? How do you win, but also how do you add so much value to the market that people are thanking you for your service? Well, the first thing, like I said, is don't stop marketing. That's going to be the first inclination from some people, and those are going to be the people that are struggling the most in 2 to 3 months. Okay, your marketing oftentimes takes a 4 to 8 week cycle to get to the client, to build that trust and credibility, to get it to where they see you as a trusted source, and then they end up going with you. And if you stop your marketing now, you're essentially putting yourself back 4 to 8 weeks. And I feel that there's going to be a pop of demand once the stay-at-home orders are lifted. Once people know and have more clarity on what they can do with their moving situation, there's going to be a pop of demand on the other side, where all those people that are currently doing the searches still, they're going to be hitting back on the web. They're going to be picking up the phone and calling the website number. They're going to be calling the phone numbers on your direct mail pieces, and then they're going to be selling once that uncertainty is removed. The next thing is free up cash reserves. Now, it doesn't matter if you have no dollars in the bank account or if you've got a lot. You're going to need cash reserves moving forward because we still don't know what it's going to look like. Okay, we don't know if the economy is going to bounce back, if it's going to kind of be an L and stay there for a while, or if it's going to be a V or a J. Okay, we don't know what that's going to look like. So do everything you can to trim non-essential expenses in your life and in your business. Cut that Netflix subscription, cut the other subscription over here, but keep the things in your business that are going to help you close deals, build credibility, build trust, and get in front of your clients. Okay, your website is going to be one of your biggest tools for that during this time in your business. The next thing is communicate often. Communicate way more than you're currently communicating. If you have a team, do a weekly update to your team on the COVID situation, on how you're preparing, how you're helping them to ensure that they have jobs. Over communicate. Here at Carrot, we've put in place a weekly communication cadence where we're going to be communicating exactly what's going on. All of our team members know how much cash we have in the bank. All of our team members know exactly how we're pivoting through this and how they're going to be a part of that. With your private lenders, no one's doing this right now, but communicate with them a lot because a lot of them are pulling back. What you should do is create a 3 to 5 slide deck that talks about how you are actually planning on coming out of this with greater opportunities, how you're keeping their investments safe. Send that to them on a video. You can go to loom.com, Loom.com, pull up some slides and say, hey, here's who we are. Here's what we see in the market as it's impacting with the COVID. Here's how we're protecting your investments. Here's the opportunities we see after this. If you have any questions, hit us up. Send that 8-minute video to them, and they're going to look at you and go, oh my gosh, they've got it together. They're communicating really well. I'm going to take my money and put it with them because they seem like they're with it. Okay, so over communicate with your lenders. The last 2 things here, y'all, is trust the math, not emotion. Right now, it's so easy to be trusting emotion, to seeing the news stories, to seeing what other people are doing. If you're a newer investor and you're trusting emotion, saying, I don't know if this is the right time to get in, I think this is the perfect time to get in because so many people are pulling back. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be filtered out of the market over the next 4 to 8 weeks because of the fear, because of the emotion. But the smart money, the people who are going to thrive outside of this, are using math in their equations, are using math to determine what their marketing is doing. And they're actually investing more in their marketing today than they were 2 weeks ago, not less. So if you're looking at investing less in your marketing today, you're likely going to be seeing way less results when things pop, and you're going to be wondering why your economic downturn lasted longer than others. So guys, we're here for you at Carrot. We are going to continue to communicate with you throughout this over the next weeks, months on how you can thrive. But the biggest thing here is let's go back to core values here at Carrot. Okay, we want to add humanity to the world, we want you to do the same thing. This is not about being opportunistic. This is not about going out there and saying, hey, there's blood on the streets. You know, like Warren Buffett says, there's a lot of comments on Facebook saying, hey guys, there's blood on the streets. That's when we need to invest. None of us should be wishing for anyone else to have pain. Okay? Where there's pain, it means there's a problem. Where there's a problem, it means there's value that you can add to solve that problem. When you solve their problem, you're adding value. When you add value, you can then get compensated. So focus on finding people who are in pain and truly adding value to their situation, whether you get paid or not. And then hopefully then you can build a business out of that. Come out of this with honesty, with ethics. Come out of this leading as a leader, not someone who's going out there trying to take advantage of people. And give this industry, as an agent, as an investor, give this industry an amazing reputation out of this. This is your time to shine, y'all. This is your time to shine. This is your time to be that beacon of positivity and possibility to those in your business, to those around you, and we're all in this together.